It looks beautiful from the outside, but when you peel off the mask and talk to the victims, you uncover another part of the story. The documented evidence you are about to see may seem unbelievable, but it's all true.
When they took my family, there wasn't anything else to live for. I tried to kill myself. Thank God I didn't succeed.
I think the most difficult part of this for me is that they have turned my own beautiful children against me. You know, the brainwashing techniques of this organization are really incredibly effective.
On behalf of a growing number of victims, Ed Decker, together with Dick Baer, themselves victims of this powerful organization, consulted with a Los Angeles-based law firm about filing a class action lawsuit.
Mr. Baer, Mr. Decker, just what are we dealing with here?
We're dealing with a massive organization, a multi-billion-dollar corporation whose wealth is worldwide and whose influence is staggering. I've got records of many, many homes that have been shattered by these people. I consider it to be one of the most deceptive and most dangerous groups in the entire world. I have documentation that ties it into the occult, into Satanism.
Mr. Decker, I don't doubt your sincerity, but I find this very hard to believe. I mean, these people pride themselves in a sense of family togetherness and a very conspicuous form of moral rectitude.
That's part of the incredible deception, and that's what we have to dig into, and we need to expose it. We need to open it up to the truth.
Salt Lake City, Utah, Mecca of Mormonism. One of the wealthiest and fastest growing religions with over 5 million members worldwide. To the outside world, the Mormon Church presents a carefully groomed Osmond family image. With an emphasis on family togetherness, an inspiring history, and high moral standards, the Mormon Church, also known as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or LDS, turns out tens of thousands of missionaries a year whose goals are to spread Mormonism around the world. Most of them are trained here at Brigham Young University, also known as BYU. To most of us, Mormons appear to be real Christians who live their faith. Dr. Harold Goodman, BYU professor, former Mormon bishop, currently an LDS mission president.
Well, the church encourages the family to be as self-sustaining as possible in their activities, starting with the family home evening, where the father, who is the patriarch of the family, would gather his family together. There they would have a prayer, an opening song or two.
I looked out the window and what did I see? Popcorn popping on the apricot tree.
We are very much a family-centered church because we believe that strong families make for a strong nation, and strong nations make for a strong world.
The Mormon Church has had a phenomenal growth. In the next 50 years, it will be approximated about 70 million people to 100 million people. There are many reasons why this is so. One is the vast missionary program we have over the world. Approximately right now, 28,000 missionaries in 186 missions.
Thousands of early church members were recruited from Britain and brought over to supplement the church in America during the 1830s. Mr. Brian Grant is the Director of Public Relations for the Mormon Church in Great Britain and Ireland, where membership has increased 1,000% in the last 20 years.
I suppose everybody's idea of a Mormon missionary are those two dark young men who sort of ride around the town on bikes and knock on your door at inopportune times. In actual fact, we have an increasing number of young women serving in the missionary field, and also quite a lot of retired couples free of family responsibilities who feel that they too want to share the message of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
So many people have joined the church, I believe, because of the gospel principles that it gives, understanding and enlightenment of who they are, who they were, and what they may become.
Jim and I came from very strong Christian families. We were introduced to Mormonism through a business partner of Jim's.
I'd always had this preconceived idea that a Mormon was somebody who went around dressed in black and had 16 wives, which was not true, of course.
These people seemed to be Christian. Any people that I had ever been around that were Christian, they had the same attributes. Just kind, good, loving people, family-oriented. All the things they did revolved around their religion.
People of the Mormon church, they were all so friendly, and they took me in by dances, and all the different kids at school, they were all pushing me on, saying, "I'm so glad you're going to join the Mormon church." They got me into the church through their social program, which is fabulous, and the family atmosphere, which was, mine was broken up, therefore I went right to it.
The youth certainly are the strength of the church in the future. Consequently, we hold classes for the youth on Sunday. We have athletic events for our youth. We have socials where they would have fun games, dances.
Many of the social events, as well as regular church services, are held in the chapels, which are being built at a rate of 2 per day around the world. However, the few dozen Mormon temples serve a completely different purpose. No church services are held here, only secret ceremonies which are reserved for an elite few.
The goal of every Latter-day Saint is to be married as a family unit in the house of the Lord, and there receive these sacred blessings that will allow us to eventually, if we're worthy, to dwell and be in the presence of our Heavenly Father.
You know, not all members of the church go to the temple. That may be something that would surprise you, but to gain admittance to the temple, one has to have what's called a temple recommend.
He has to receive a satisfactory interview from his bishop and from his stake president. There he's asked, or she is asked, certain rather penetrating questions about their worthiness,